We know some of the stories. We know what darkness they hold. But alongside those stories is the light which must also be addressed. The light by and for which we were made. The rousing kind. I'd like to start off by sharing a statistic. The National Institute of Justice found in 2016 that American Indian and Alaska Native women, 4 out of 5 of them experience violence in their lifetime. My first piece is called The Epidemic. Just this month, 4 women from my family's res have gone missing, preceded and followed by countless other cases from down south to the Canadian border. We see it often. The ferry bobbed atop the rippling and freezing water, the Great Missouri River. The man giving the tour begins telling the story of a Hidatsa woman who was assaulted and thrown to the water over a century ago. I picture her. I picture the wave of aloneness she must have felt before it all went dark. The children seem to be enjoying the ferry tour. I gently reprimand the young girls who are leaning against the guardrail, dropping pebbles from their pockets into the water. You see, they want to see how far the fall is. They giggle to each other and resume their antics as soon as I turn away. I think of their safety while they think of their choices. And on one hand, I hope they understand that they must always be vigilant. I hope they understand that one day, whatever vehemence they can conjure may be quite necessary. And on the other hand, I find their oblivion to be of even greater importance. I hope such loss is something they only hear stories about. I'd like to share another statistic. According to SAMHSA, American Indians and Alaska Natives experience PTSD more than twice as often as the general population in the United States. My next piece is called The Path. Melted and molded like warm clay, flattened into the terrain others marched over, and even then we were the path. These visceral reactions are generational. Prejudice augments a dim reality, and the loss put an ache in us. We learn to sit with it, to dilute it by creating life in spite of it. I found grace above the ancient red dirt. I thought of my grandmother's grandmother and her strength when the world changed. I learned that a pliable girl could be whisked down the river, taken off somewhere far. And we are tired of this river. So I dig myself half deep in this earth and stretch out my arms for others to latch onto, as those before me have done. We form a shield around us. And along with my own vessel is the knowledge of millennia behind me. I can hear their voices now. So I will fasten the armor of familial ties and joy around me. And for my sisters on this plane, let us call upon each other. Let us rinse each other's wounds. For our voices are the chorus by which we subdue this devil. I'd like to share another statistic. According to SAMHSA, for Native American and Alaska Natives, rates of murder, rape, and other violent crime are all higher than the national averages. This next piece is called In Honor of You, Starside Girls. And this piece is an ode to those who have left this place. And to you who've gone to live among stars in that realm beyond horizon's gaze, I will see you there one day, my girl. In your memory, I beckon to the dainty warm raindrops of the Southwest, the plainsmen in which I see my very own father. I conjure up the anger needed to speak in your stead, and my voice rumbles as I call out to our mothers, sisters, aunties. And over this earthen plain they come running, swinging, praying and hoping. And in their voices, let us hear the message they carry. The one sent to remind us that we are the keepers, not the kept, destined for life and bound for the stars. I'd like to share a final statistic. For American Indian and Alaska Native communities, rates of suicide are strikingly higher than the rest of the overall US population. My final piece is called Sit With Me. It has been years, it seems, since the last time you felt warm from within. The moon has danced many times across the sky, but it has been ages since the sun came up in your beautiful brown eyes, and they are beautiful. So sit with me and remember the basketball games, walking on snowy earth, soul and soul, the stories that are born from dreams, the caribou soup, the way grandma can hold you like you're a little baby again, the succotash, the blue corn that looks you in the eye. Remember the northern lights and the way they dance amongst the stars in God's homeland. Remember running against frosty wind as a child, and remember the blood that flows through your veins, the same blood that fought silver hate viciously. It will continue to protect you. So sit with me so I can give of what I have to you. Sit with me so that I can cut your grief like cake. Sit with me so that I can tell you that you are like the salmon that push upstream relentlessly, that you are born of a people who rose up in blood and terror and still fought hard and loved gently, that you are meant to hold the stars in the palms of your hands. Look through this lens. Look at your life. There are little brown babies. There are stories and memories that you've yet to create. There is love and laughter, and when there is sadness, I promise I will meet you there and I will hold you. So sit with me, please. Just sit with me. Thank you.